everyone, I'm Day.
And I'm Louisa.
And we are SISU, and this is On the Sofa with SISU. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. So this week on the Poddy, we are talking about our favourite podcasts, which is great. We touch on the male contraception. Louisa likes saying the word spoon. Mm-hmm. Weird, we discuss it.
Should your work be considered as your family? We talk about disclaimers and intent when asking questions and who we look up to.
And we also touch on paka tea. Paka. And as always, word on the street. And our Mannies of the week, and we spill loads of tea.
Always. Don't forget you can WhatsApp us on 07902 310 585. Please send us some messages.
And don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and enjoy the show.
So, Ollie G Day, how's your week been?
So, my week has been pretty good, actually. I would say this has been one of those weeks where I'd say it's a SISU week.
It's been a SISU week.
Why do I always shimmy?
I feel like since the PR girlies, you shimmy a lot.
Oh my God, the PR girlies.
Shimmy.
Big up the fitting room. The PR girlies. Oh my God. I literally love those women, not girls. Those women are great. So yeah, this week has been very much a CC week. We have really been focusing on the business and I guess investing in us, really.
Yeah.
We have had quite a few client meetings. You know, we have been starting to talk about the big summer event, the summer event of the year, people.
Oh, can't wait.
Keep your eyes peeled.
It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. But yeah, we've been planning that, which has been great. And I always feel like so much more like, I don't know, like filled, you know, like whole once we start really investing back in our business and stuff and like talking about the future.
Yeah.
It's just so nice.
Fulfilled.
Yeah.
Wholesome. Yeah, it's been a wholesome week.
It's been really wholesome, and we have got some, you know, some little tricks coming up our way, little big things happening. Can't talk about them now because obviously signed an NDA. But watch this space, people. Something big's gonna happen. Oh God!
Can't wait.
But yeah, it's been a really good week.
What a teaser!
What an absolute teaser! I am a tease. I've always been a tease. But yeah, how's your week been?
Well, yeah, same as you.
Same.
Same.
It's funny.
I always feel like super motivated and like inspired and full of like creative ideas when we've had like a proper SISU day.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time it's not like we come together and then we sit down and we're like, right, this is completely and utterly kind of like business development, you know, like our Belfry Day, that kind of stuff that we've had.
We need another one of those.
We do need another one of those.
I have got a SISU night out coming.
Those are the times. Full of inspiration.
We've got a night out coming soon. We are going out. Where are we going? We're going to the WizKid concert.
WizKid.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
WizKid at Tottenham.
SISU take on WizKid. Oh my God, we should definitely do like a. What do the kids do? Like a.
Should we get a banner?
No, like an Insta, like a TikTok-y thingy.
Oh, what?
Like when you record ourselves and we're like, SISU on the road.
Yes.
We should. Dead. Oh God. And I have got a little icebreaker.
Oh, of course. Okay, what's your icebreaker this week?
Icebreaker this week is, so tell me, what's your favourite podcast that you're listening to at the moment? What's the poddy you're listening to that you love? What's your poddy?
Okay, so I am not an avid podcast listener like you are, as in like...
What? Oh my God, she doesn't listen to podcasts.
I do listen to them, but I'm quite...
What are you doing here?
I'm quite fickle with them. Like, so, do you know what, actually? It's similar to a conversation we had in the past with Mishak. when we were saying like...
Mishak has got quite a lot of mentions in this podcast.
Have we mentioned him? Yeah.
We've mentioned Mishak in the past, yeah.
Mishak. We got Mishak.
You better be listening, Mishak.
So we were having a conversation about like how sometimes with podcasts it depends on like how you're feeling and what you're looking for. So I'm more that person, although I do listen to a fair amount of conspiracy podcasts. One in particular being Archaics. This guy called Jason Bashir's, which is kind of like an adopted interest from my partner Ricky. I've Stop it. God. Oh God, I can't. You've what? It's an inside joke, everyone. Sorry, Inside
shouldn't do those when no one knows what's going on.
No. But that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I've always been into conspiracies and that sort of thing, and had a bit of an alternative outlook on the world, some might say. But yeah, this guy, he like really delves into. He's a chronologist, and he really delves into like history and the connections of history to like sort of repetitive events. So yeah, it's really super interesting. You kind of have to like start near the beginning, because otherwise it's really hard to understand, because there's so much terminology in it that you're just like, what? He needs a jargon buster.
I was just about to say he needs a jargon buster.
He needs a fucking jargon buster. He really does. But yeah, so that is one. And then there is also one called The Affirmation Book, which I like to listen to, which is kind of just like about manifestation and the law of attraction and like sort of healing sounds, all different sort of healing things.
Oh, cool!
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to that one. That one sounds more up my street than the first one. The first one was called Archaics, and the second one was
Affirmation
Books. We'll add them to the show notes. You know, it's good to share.
Yes, it is good to share.
What we're listening to, so you all can like be more like us.
And you, tell me, what is your favourite podcast from your plethora of podcasts that you listen to?
I do listen.
How can you even decide what's your favourite?
My favourite one at the moment that I've stumbled across because of the TikTok is the TikTok. Yeah, I came across it because of the TikTok. My algorithms are bizarre, but it's called The Gossip Gaze.
Oh.
The Gossip Gaze.
Oh, this sounds fun.
They call it The Gossip Gaze, and it's just pure jokes. Like it just makes me laugh. It's
just like everyday life?
Yeah,
stuff?
It's just so they're basically two gay guys. One's a drag queen and one's a DJ, and they talk about everyday life. They live in Manchester. And I just love it because they're just talking about absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
And one of the segments they do, which I feel like we should do one day, is they love eating snacks. So they try and buy random snacks that no one's ever heard of before, and they taste them on the show.
No way.
Yeah, and it's so funny. It's so random. And they have this guy, their producer, Sam is their producer. He comes in and reads the news like a newsreader.
James,
it's really funny. It's like really weird and really random. Like I listened to it once at home, and I said to Sean, I was like, "You need to listen to this. It's so funny." He was like, "This is not for me." He's like, "This is not for me." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "What are they even talking about?" I was like, "Nothing. Not really talking about anything. It's just funny." And they have people sending random messages about like dates and
so it's a visual one?
No, it's not visual.
Oh, it's not visual.
It's not visual. No, but they do record. They obviously record snippets that they then share on social.
Oh, okay.
But they don't record the whole episode. I don't think anyway, because it's not on Spotify when I see it anyway.
Oh, right.
But yeah, that's one of the podcasts I listen to just for jokes. I think sometimes it's nice just to like not listen to anything like that means anything.
Yeah.
And then the other podcast that I am obsessed with at the moment is Kelechi. It's called Say Your Mind. And some people call it, it's just called SYM basically. The show's called SYM. Say Your Mind.
That's the cool jingle, isn't it?
Yeah, SYM. Yeah. And some people call it Suck Your Mum, which I love. The actual podcast is called SYM, and some people either call it Say Your Mind podcast or Suck Your Mum, because in it she does this thing where it's like the straws of the week, where she gives like people straws, and it's like Suck Your Mum, and she gets like bad things that happen, and it's like people you want to give a straw to that are like doing fucking shit in the world, and she always gives a straw to the Met Police because she's always like, the Met Police are fucking shit. And
that's the insult.
Yeah, Suck Your Mum. Suck Your Mum. Here's a straw. Fucking suck your mum. It is pure jokes. I've been to 2 of her live shows, and she just makes me she makes me happy. She's Nigerian, so I kind of feel like I really resonate with her.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just makes me smile. It makes me smile, but I also find it quite educational because she talks about topical things. She talks about things that are going on in the news. She has an opinion on things, and her opinion doesn't always match my opinion, but I like listening to it because I feel like it's nice to listen to different people's opinions about things and people's take on things. And she does tarot reading as well on the show. It is such a good, honestly.
I think we should get a tarot reader on.
I said that before. Yeah, we should.
That, didn't you?
Yeah, we should definitely get a tarot reader. I just think, there's something really magical about the moon, the stars, the alignment and stuff like that. She's very, very spiritual in that way, and I like it. So yeah, those are the 2 podcasts that I listen to that I'm like liking at the moment. But yeah,
I'm gonna listen to that. SYM.
Say your mind. SYM. Suck your mum.
Suck your mum.
Suck your mum. Suck your mum. Mum, sorry. Oh, God.
Too much.
All right, cool. So, we're going to move on to Word on the Street.
What's the word on the street?
Word on the street. Word on the street.
Word on the street.
Word on the street. What's the word on the street? What's the word on the street, love?
What is the word on the street this week?
The word on the street this week is that there is no fucking word. There is no word.
It's dull.
It's dull out there. No, the word on the street that we have seen people talking about quite a lot, and I don't know how long ago this was, but I feel like it's been in conversation and I've seen it pop up, is the male contraceptive pill.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Breakthrough.
I mean, what is that? What does that mean?
What a breakthrough.
What does it mean? Did I even think?
I think it stops the sperm from swimming. But I don't know how. I don't know what the science is behind it.
What do you feel about it?
Fucking good. It should be a shared bloody responsibility.
Yeah.
The male birth control method lowers levels of testosterone and other hormones in blood, cutting down on sperm production. The only thing is, though, I'd have to read a bit more into this. After men took the pill daily for a month, their testosterone dropped to what was described as castrate levels.
Castrate levels. This means the hormone was as low as they could be if they were castrated. Castrated just sounds so hideous, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is
castration.
Yeah.
I
think relevant to dogs and cats.
I feel like, so is the idea with the male birth control pill that if you have sex with a woman and she doesn't take the pill and you take the pill, then that's fine, I wonder?
I don't know. I think I've got to read a bit more into it. But the thing that that is quite lowering the levels of testosterone and other hormones and then cutting down on the sperm production. I wonder what the sort of long-term effects of that are. Yeah,
because it's changing your hormones, it's imbalancing your hormones.
Which is what female contraception does anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what it does. It imbalances our hormones.
Yeah, just don't have sex. Just don't do it. No sex, people. Stay celibate.
Yes, let's end all of humanity.
To be fair, there's enough people in this world. We don't need any more.
Enough people.
There's enough people in this world. But yeah, I thought that was a really interesting thing that I've definitely heard people talking about.
I feel like apparently it came out before or something and nothing happened with it. I don't know if this is another one of those situations. Would men actually take it? That's
my thing. It's like, this is a very sweeping statement. I'm very aware, but I'm just, warning. Sweeping statement. I feel like men are lazy. I said it. They are. And would they be bothered?
That's a bit of a stereotype. No? You can't blanket a whole gender of people.
I gave a warning. Sweeping statement. Okay, fine. Sweeping statement and maybe a stereotype. Men are typically lazy.
I just don't know if...
Barely can bother to wear a condom.
Well, yeah, I don't know, yeah.
So what, they're going to have to go out and buy a pill now as well as a condom? Or no condom and pill instead? They can't even bother to wear a condom. So, I'm just saying it as it is.
Yeah.
I've slept with a lot of men.
You heard it here first from the horse's mouth.
I'm joking.
That.
Don't slut shame me.
He hasn't.
I absolutely haven't. I haven't. It's like, it's a fantasy world that I wish I lived in, but I have not.
He hasn't. I've been here his whole adult life.
She's the one that's telling me to go and sleep with people.
Oh, that's also not true.
You were like, you need to go and have sex because you just haven't had it.
I mean, sometimes it does cause, like, you know, a bit of a stress level increase if it's, you know, redundant.
Obviously now I'm in a loving relationship, so that's not a problem.
And doesn't happen anymore.
No.
At it like rabbits.
No, that's just too far. Too far. She took it too far. Anywho, I think that's enough of the word on the street. Enough of the word on the street. Let's get into the tea. Let's get into the actual topic of today. You know, topic of the week. So today, the topic of conversation is around family versus community.
Community.
What do we mean by that? So, you want to go? No, you go. Okay, I'll go. So, the reason why we wanted to bring this topic to the forefront of everyone's mind is because I think quite often when you go, especially we're talking a lot about the workplace, right? So when you go into work,
workplace environment.
Yeah, the workplace environment. A lot of companies will talk about their teams as a family, and I personally feel like that can have quite a negative connotation for people that don't have family, number one, who might have a really negative relationship with their family or some trauma around their family.
Tumultuous relationships.
Tumultuous, you love that word.
I love it.
Tumultuous.
I like saying it, like spoon.
What? You like saying the word
two
spoon?
Words that I like saying. Tumultuous and spoon. Anyway, I digress.
You need help. Spoon.
If you say it loads, it sounds weird. Spoon.
Weird. Anyway, so yeah, tumultuous relationship with family. So I always feel like you have to be really careful how you throw that word around, and especially in the work environment, because if you're trying to create a family, that might not be the best thing for some people.
Yes.
I think you had some other points around family.
Yeah, you're right. And also, like, you know, I think people just have to be very aware that family and work are very different things. So family connections and your work connections are very different. Like, my thing was, like, you wouldn't call somebody into your bedroom at home and be like, right, you're fired because you're not making my tea right.
If it was a shit date, you might do.
Mum, you are fired. You're making milky tea and I hate it. You just wouldn't do that sort of thing. Like, you don't have those kinds of situations that happen at work happen with your family. So I think to keep the two separated is what's best really for everybody. Especially, saying like, you know, a lot of people have a bit of a roller coaster ride with their family. So saying that you're a family at work can really kind of evoke some of those negative emotions. And
you can see, I guess you can see how companies think that that's like a good thing to try and
because they think they're trying to be loving and nurturing and warm and, you know, like, we're a family and this is our family business and this is our home, like, we're all here together, la la la. But, you know, that's a bit of a fantasy, to be honest, because there's competition at work. There is, like, you know, you're having reviews, quarterly reviews, monthly reviews, whatever. There's situations that arise at work that you've then got to go and report to HR, perhaps, and you've got to go against people who you're working with, or
who are your family.
Like, it's it's not ideal.
It's not, and I it's not ideal, and I think a lot of companies probably don't think about the effect that it has on people's well-being. Like, if you're creating this ideology that you're building a family within the workplace, and people are meant to come into work and potentially don't feel like they belong, and they already have negative past trauma from their family where they didn't belong in their family, and they're coming to work and they again don't feel like they belong. Imagine how that person feels when they go home and they go, I don't belong to my work family, I don't belong to my actual family.
Yeah.
That's hideous.
Yeah.
Double
There's a
whammy.
lot going on in that. And equally, you know, like when you leave work, like how many people do you actually continuously keep in contact with after working hours and on the weekends and stuff? You know, everyone goes back to their actual family or their friends, and imagine if you're that person who doesn't have that family group, who doesn't have that friendship circle, and you have been like wired into thinking that your work people are your family, and you're alone on the weekends, you're alone after work.
Yeah.
Like, where's your family? Like, where's my family gone? You know, if you haven't got those people checking in on that person and being like, hey, do you want to go for a coffee this weekend, or are you up to anything, or, you know, it doesn't transfer.
I think it's creating a fake narrative, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's creating a completely fake narrative, because it's like your family, but only between the hours of this, and when you're working, when you've clocked in, and then when you clock out, fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and then
And don't reduce the word to that, because family is very important to some people.
Yeah. Yeah, and do you know what it is? I feel like you then as a business, you open yourself up potentially for having to go more than above and beyond what as a company or as a business that you need to go, because you feel like you have to. Because that person's
people expecting you to really take care of them.
Yeah. And I do believe that businesses are fast becoming more of just a business that you employ people. It's more becoming like you do have to look after and nurture your people. Yeah. Like the other day I was having a conversation with someone and they were like, well, where's the line? Where's that line where you go, well, actually, we're a business, we need to operate. So not saying leave your shit at the door, but like leave some of your shit at the door, because you can't bring all your shit into work and expect us to have to like help you with it. Where's that line when you go, some of this has to stop? Like some of this has to be not brought into work so that it doesn't affect your day to day.
And also affect other people. That's when I would say that it's a bigger problem then, when it's actually affecting other team members. That's kind of when I think you need to, what's the word? Not infiltrate. Interject. And say, right, okay, we need to have some serious conversations around this and think about next steps. Yeah. Because this is now affecting your team members, and also it's affecting you. We're worried about you, we're concerned about you, whatever the challenge may be. But also we do have a business to run, and we need to make sure that everybody is feeling comfortable and thriving and being productive. And this situation is now affecting that. So
that's the line. You think the line is potentially, oh my God, I've cut myself.
Oh, it's actually skin. Like,
it's come off.
Yeah.
How has that happened? Anyway, digress. So you think the line is where it then potentially starts to affect the rest of the team? Potentially.
Yeah, but as long as you know you're already kind of working with that person to help whatever challenge it is that they've got going on, happening, whatever their situation may be. I think as long as you're aware of it and you're trying to offer resources, or you're offering flexibility or whatever it is that they may need, then I think that's the line where you go, right, okay, enough's enough now. We can't help you any more than we've been trying to help you.
Yeah. So I guess what we're saying is stay away from the word family potentially when describing your teams as a whole, and what we're trying to say that maybe swerve towards community instead. And community and community, I guess, creates more of a sense of inclusion in itself. It's more inclusive for everyone to feel like they're part of a community rather than a family.
Yes, yeah. And I think actually, like, with community, you kind of still feel more individual. Whereas, like, with family, like, some of us get quite overshadowed by other family members and, you know, or controlled by other family members. So I think within, like, a community kind of environment, you actually feel more equal. There's a bit more equality. You can still feel like an individual. And like you have the platform and the space to raise your hand and be like, I'm not happy with this. I love this. Blah, blah, blah.
I love that, what you just said. The fact that in the community, you potentially would feel more equal, more included, and you're able to be an individual. Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Take note. That was mind blowing. That was a great point. Love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Here all week.
So yeah, that is I think it's something that a lot of people probably listen to this going, oh, for God's sake, like another thing we have to change.
I know, yeah.
For God's sake, why? But
know.
it's about being more aware of the words that we use and the way we use them, because they have a knock-on effect. And I think that's just why whenever we talk about equality, inclusion, and equity, we always like to talk about well-being, because
Yes.
it always falls back on well-being. And that's, that has to be the forefront of what you're doing, what you're striving for, is that your people come into work, have a sense of belonging, but also that you're looking after their well-being and their mental health. And so this is why this topic is really important for you to really digest and understand. And if you want to know more, then obviously, hit us up.
On the older WhatsApp.
It's on the WhatsApp. Oh.
At the end of the day, though, as well, it's just about challenging perspective. Look, if family works for you and your company and you're a small business and, everyone is like super cliquey and whatever, and that works for you, whatever, you do you. But
you do you, boo.
You do you. But, it really doesn't work for everyone. And I think as companies expand and you become larger business, corporate businesses, stick to community.
Yeah. Thank you. So that was the tea for this week, I think.
Sip, sip.
Sip, 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 sip. No, there were no spillages today. No. I'm really proud of you.
Only on you earlier.
You're always spilling on me. That sounds disgusting. That sounds so incestuous. Right.
Why?
So we're going to move on to the section of our show where we take some questions from our lovely community.
Our community.
The CC community. We need a better name for our community. So if anyone's
drop us some suggestions.
If anyone's got any ideas, drop us some suggestions on the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
On the WhatsApp. Oh God! Right. Questions. So this question is some I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm not laughing awkwardly. Sometimes I do not know how to ask the question without offending someone.
Yes.
What do I do?
Make a disclaimer.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Just make a disclaimer. Okay, I don't want to be offensive. This is coming, the intent behind this is blah, blah, blah. But can I ask you, whatever it is?
Yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it?
Just make it very clear.
Make it clear, make a disclaimer. And I think the thing we always tell people is that if you're going out of your way to ask a question, make sure you understand what the intent of the question is.
You need to understand why you're asking
asking it, yeah.
So address it first with yourself.
Yeah, have a word.
Yeah.
Why am I asking this question? Am I asking it because it comes from a place of potentially me being biased?
Yeah.
Or is it me stereotyping, like I did earlier?
And then you should feel comfortable enough to make the disclaimer to whoever and ask a question.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't feel comfortable making the disclaimer about what you previously thought of why you wanted to ask it, then don't ask it.
Yeah. Exactly that. I think the people always get people always get scared of making mistakes, but I think the only way to grow and to learn is by making those mistakes.
Yes.
And I think if you're someone that's really, really passionate about doing the work and being an agent of change, then you are going to have to ask those uncomfortable
Yeah, you need
questions.
to ask questions.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how will you learn?
Yeah, curiosity is key.
Yeah.
It is key.
This whole, curiosity killed the cat. Old tap. It's old tap.
Yeah.
Ask away. So,
I've got another question here, which I actually really like. I like all the questions, by the way. I do like them all, but this is cool. So, the question...
I like them all, and I have favourites.
I have faves. The question is, who do you look up to for inspiration in this space?
Oh, Oh, that is so nice. Okay, I look up to Ology Day.
Oh my God, stop it.
I don't have any like people where I'm like, oh wow, yeah, you're doing such an amazing job. Oh my God, I'm so obsessed with you. But I am obsessed with Ology Day.
I'm doing a Kardashian cry.
Love it. Oh, emotional.
Oh God. Oh.
Yeah. It's always nice to, having somebody that's close to you that's doing the work that's actually smashing it and, you know, winning all sorts of awards and getting all sorts of mentions and somebody that you're working next to, that, of course it's going to be you.
Oh, thank you. I feel like I should say you back.
Please don't, because that would be a fucking lie.
I feel like I should say, oh yeah, you inspire me too. No, I mean, I get like in this space, I'm obviously inspired by a lot of people, but I think I actually don't think I'm inspired by people that actually do this work. I'm inspired by people that are outspoken about loads of different types of subjects.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like a lady called Selene, who we work so closely with and who is one of our biggest advocates.
She's amazing.
Just feel so inspired every time I meet her, every time I speak to her, every time I see her. She fills me with this joy and with this hope and with this drive to want to do more. And I feel like I'm constantly learning from her about things that I don't know about.
She's so knowledgeable on all sorts of things. Yeah, she's incredible actually.
Yeah, she is great, and I feel like she really inspires me. I also think that this sounds really corny because, you know, but my cousin Ola, she does inspire me. She sometimes annoys me as well, but she does inspire me because she pushes me to think about things in a different way, and she's a boss.
She really is a boss.
She's a fucking boss.
Yeah, she is.
And she doesn't even know that she's a boss, and that's what I love about her.
I'm thinking now, I'm just picturing her sitting in your garden. Remember when we had our birthday party?
Oh,
and
yeah.
she turned up and she came out the back door of the kitchen, and I swear to God, everyone was like. She was wearing like this white outfit, but like with this super huge white wide brimmed hat. It was like a little bit flopped down and this bright orange lipstick. And she was like, I'm here. And then she just sat down at the table and was like, I'm here. And she was like, yeah, boss.
Yeah, she's a boss. And Ola works in supply chain, and she's worked in supply chain for a long time for some incredible brands, and she's one that introduced me to the most amazing teas, which is pucker teas, which I'm obsessed with. I have a pucker tea cupboard.
It's unbelievable.
It's wild.
It's basically like a mini store.
It's wild, but she's introduced me to pucker teas, and she now works for Aesop, and she always works for a really cool brand, and I feel like she always manages to add her touch of diversity, inclusion, equality and equity into anything she's doing.
She levels them up.
She levels them up massively, and she's always pushing and questioning and driving change within the business, even though it's not actually her job. It's not her role. Is not D&I. Her role is supply chain. But she's always making sure that DEI is at the forefront of everything she's doing, and she's always the one that's introducing me to people I need to connect with, or introducing me to podcasts I need to listen to, or books I need to read. And she's the one that's always pushing me, and I just, she really, really, truly inspires me in so many different ways. And it's so nice that she literally is like my sister, and she lives down the bottom of my road.
I was going to say, she's literally up the road.
She lives around the corner, so we're literally like, I feel like I haven't given her enough time recently, so I apologise, Ola. I will give you more time. It's wild time at the moment, wild. But yeah, she does inspire me, and I think generally in life, you clearly inspire me.
Oh, thanks.
No, you do actually inspire
me.
You do. I'm throwing you a little bone. A little bone. No, you do. You do. You have everyone has their shit that they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis, right? Like, we're all doing, I always come back to this, we're all doing the best we can with the tools that we have. And I always feel like you're always pushing yourself to try and do the best. And I can't even begin to imagine what you have to go through, because I've been in your presence for small segments of days, and I've seen what you have to go through with Maisie. I've seen what you have to go through with like even like in your relationship and like stuff like that. Like all your relationships actually. I've been there, so I like
Troubled.
I know how stressful it is, and then you've got me on top of it. So I don't even know how sometimes you deal with it. Sometimes she deals with it in a bit of a I'd say passive aggressive way, but
We're both like that.
yeah, we are. But passive aggressive. See, passive aggressive. I see you. When she sends me a message, I'm like.
Sometimes it's outburst though. I'm so sorry about that.
She sent me a voice note the other day, and she literally, I didn't even listen to the voice note, but there's a disclaimer afterwards. I probably shouldn't have gone. So what?
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to be so accusatory, but
yeah, you're like, I shouldn't have been so
panicking.
accusatory. And I was like, I've never heard that word before, but okay. And then I listened to it, and I was literally laughing the whole way through the voice note, thinking, I can imagine your face and your whole demeanour when you're sending the voice note, ranting and walking, like shaking your head, like. But truly, you inspire me because you push me to want to do more. You also
likewise.
You also bring me down to a level as well. You're like, okay, calm down. You're not there yet. And actually, you and James did it today. Both like, yeah,
Stop skipping.
You're not there yet. Come back. Yeah, so it's great. I love that about you, and that's why we work so well together.
Yeah,
and that's why I say this sometimes to myself. I'm like, there's moments where I go, oh, she's annoying. Just fucking annoying.
Oh yeah.
And then I have the moment when I'm like, oh, but I can't do it without her. So
yeah. I'm not sacking her yet.
find a way around it. But yeah, that was a good question.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank
Very
you.
nice.
Keep the questions coming in, people. We love the questions. We love to hear from the community.
And personal questions. Yeah, I like that.
I think we need more personal questions. Not too personal. Not going to give you everything, okay? Yeah.
Don't ask about the rabbits.
What? Rabbits? Oh, stop it. I've only just clocked on what she means. Oh my God. No, we should get the rabbits on. Oh God. Anyway, we're going to move into Mannies of the Week.
Mannies of the Week.
Mannies of the Week. Mannies of the Week. I can see Louisa's. I can see Louisa's face. I say Mannies of the Week. She's going, I don't have one.
No, I told you I would.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'll tell you something, actually. I don't really know. It's a bit long, so I need to, like, think of a way of, like, condensing it, and maybe you could think of a word. My Manny of the Week is absorb situations as they play out and release the need to respond immediately.
Oh, my God. It's so true for you. I see that. Yeah.
I need to digest things as they're happening without needing to
explode.
Just
take a beat.
Yeah.
Take a beat. You need to take a beat.
Take a beat.
You need to take a beat.
Okay. My manifestation this week is to take a beat.
Take a beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Take a beat.
I love that. Take a beat.
I was organised.
You were. I wasn't as organised, but I think something has come to me now, which is my manifestation is around spending less money.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I feel like I've had this like
You've been a bit frivolous.
I've been bougie.
Oh.
Bougie.
You've been being bougie since you were 20.
Oh, I've been bougie for a while, but like I had a period where I was being really sensible with my money, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna put some money aside, and I feel like with recent, I'm just like spending money like it's going out of fashion, and the money.
You've had some big purchases though. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Big purchases.
Big purchase. But yeah, my manifestation is just to slow down with the spending, because you don't always have to spend money. Like, you know, for instance, I've got a spare weekend coming up, and I was like, oh, where can I go? Why do you need to go somewhere? Yeah. I've got a Saturday and Sunday with no plans, and I think my immediate thought is, where can I go? I started looking at Paris, Brighton, Amsterdam. I'm like, what is wrong with me?
What?
Yeah, literally.
I thought you meant like some, art exhibition at the Tate or something like that.
I'm literally trying to look for Airbnbs, hotels, the Eurostar. I'm literally going all out because I've got I've got a Saturday and Sunday with no plans for the first time in ever.
And on top of that, you're always complaining that you don't spend enough time in your beautiful house.
I know, but currently the beautiful house is cold.
Well, that's what you can spend your money on. There's a bit of whack the heating on a little bit.
No, I've decided that sometimes the heating just doesn't cut it.
No, do you know what? Yeah, it doesn't.
Not at the moment. I feel like the coldness is in my bones.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm sitting on the sofa watching TV and I say to Sean, I'm like, do you not feel like the cold is just like inside you?
Do you know what you need? Yeah, you need a better dressing gown. I've seen your dressing gown.
My dressing gown is what my mum would call a tantanana.
Oh, what does that mean?
Basically a hoochie.
Oh, 100%.
It's a hoochie dressing gown.
I was going to say, it's sexy, but it is not warm.
No, I've got like a thicker short one and a thinner short one.
Yeah,
but
they're all short.
Yeah,
they're
all
like
short.
little mini dresses.
Yeah, they are.
You need a long one.
I do sit on the sofa sometimes. I'm like, oh. Put the bum away.
You need to try mine because it is the absolute shizzle.
Yeah, not all of us can. I just said to you that I'm trying to cut down on the spending, and you're like, you need to buy a Soho Farmhouse dressing gown.
It was a gift, by the way. And yeah, but like,
why are you justifying it? It's to say how far it's still expensive, regardless if it's a gift. I can't afford it.
Well, yeah, but you're looking at bloody the Eurostar in Paris. This is like a fraction of the cost.
I'd rather create memories than have products.
Than be warm. I'd like to be cold in my bones.
Is it actually warm?
It is beyond warm.
But
I
it's
can't
white.
even tell you.
I can't do white.
No, they do other colours. They've got a really nice green one.
Okay.
Oh, she would look lovely with your decor, interior decor.
We need a photo shoot. That just come to my head, actually. We need a photo shoot.
That was a random one. What, in our dressing gowns?
No, not in our dressing It's just come up to the time of the year where we need a photo shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we have literally digressed from Manny's of the week, but the manifestation for myself is spend less. And your manifestation for the week is...
Take a beat.
Take a beat.
Take a beat.
Take a beat. Take a beat. Fabulous. Well, I think that is come to the end of the show.
No.
I know. It goes by so quickly. I think we've touched on everything we needed to touch on. Let me just quickly have a look. Yes, but that's it. So, boom, everyone, remember what you to do.
Stay brave. Stay curious.
Stay honest.